And we're back, folks. This is Acidic Roots, and it's time for part 2 of Aladdin. We kind of jump right into the action, but that's okay. You know, you're going to see some of the stuff that deals with the precarious Cave of Wonders. I think it's kind of a sarcastic little thing, at least in this game, saying the Cave of Wonders. It's like, yep. So you get the idea here. But, so this stage is actually not as bad. I mean, I was able to beat this stage in the past, meaning 2016. I was trying to burp there, but 2016 and such. I was able to beat this stage and the other escape stage, but where I started breaking away from this game in terms of my history with it was the escape from the Cave of Wonders. So I could get through about a third of this game normally. And I suspect, you know, for people who don't really have too much platform experience, that's probably about where you may have difficulties. I especially would think the magic carpet ride would cause some problems. We'll see how it goes, you know. Obviously, that's one of the things. I mean, the mess with Super Nintendo games, I mean, the whole extent of this game that it's trying to nail into your head is practice makes perfect. That's kind of the thing. In the past, I was thinking it was going to take months. Really, it's not so much months as much as more like days or maybe a couple weeks, you know, depending upon your gauge level with, you know, two-dimensional platformer type games. So if you can do it, you know, that's what's up. But yeah, so getting back to the action, lots of flips, lots of acrobatics. You know, you'll see what's going on here. But you may notice that Aladdin is almost out of apples, and that's the thing about this game. I mean, it's really trying to encourage you to not use the password function, because normally by this point you should have about 50 or 60 or 70 apples, but you know, if you use password, it only starts you with 10. And a lot of these enemies, like the bats, the scorpions, they can be taken out with this sort of junk, so kind of the thing. But keep in mind, Abu gets through some of this stuff. It's kind of like hell. Alright, but we did it. I don't have any apples, so I can't attack those dudes. And those swords are bastards. Those swords are definitely bastards. They're little punks, you know, you want to kick them. That way it wouldn't hurt. We got the carpet. So that's the next phase, you know. Things are looking up for Aladdin, I would say. You got a magic carpet. He's in a room filled with gold. You may notice that Aladdin doesn't really seem to care about, you know, pocketing any of that gold. You'd think, I mean, maybe you can call it just the act of being a cartoon or something, but you would think, you know, at least Abu was interested in the gold, but Aladdin, he's just kind of like, oh, you know, I didn't just see, you know, 50 pounds, 150 pounds worth of gold in a room or something. But it's kind of the thing. I guess, you know, that's kind of the point, you know, at the beginning, if you watch, you know, when you watch part 1, it says the diamond in the rough, so that kind of falls prey to that characteristic, I suppose. But, yeah. Yeah, so this stage is really not that much a pain in the rear. I mean, you just have to stay on the logs, and don't try to get back on that log like I just did, because that'll happen. So just wait for a consecutive log to show up, and then, you know, it's really, I mean, this is just taken in stride, this stage. It's rather simple. Which I was kind of under the impression it wasn't, but it somewhat is. It's common sense kind of stage. So. Really, this game is so mellow, though. I mean, the more I think about it, the more it just is kind of, you know, so short. You know, that's really the thing. I would have liked for there to have been like 8 stages as opposed to 6. Probably would have made it that much more serene. I mean, I don't know this movie that well to be able to say, but I think that they probably could have gone a little bit further and put some extra stages. I wouldn't have wanted any bosses, just because that first boss, that sword dude, pissed me off. You know, I mean, I may not have shown it, but when I was playing the game, he pissed me off. I was kind of like, what the fuck, you know? What's all this junk? But that's kind of the scenario. So I don't know how many other enemy characters they could have made. Rocks would bounce, but cheap little places to put those, huh? So, alright, so we're done with stage 2. I mean, that's the thing. I was going to make stage 2 essentially just one video, but it only was a 6-minute, you know, fucking video and stuff, so I decided not to. So we're gonna combine that with stage 3, which is the more difficult, but I don't know. I mean, back in the day, I was heated over this. That's kind of the thing. I really had to kind of exercise like a certain amount of patience. But this is probably, I think we're crossing into 2017 territory now, because I probably got to this stage in 2016 and then just said screw it. So I don't remember when in 2017 I played this. Could have been anywhere. Could have been the autumn of 2017. Could have been early 2018. Just don't remember. So, but I did beat this part. I was able to beat this. So. You listen to the music, it's so frantic. You know, sometimes music does that. It's just kind of so completely frantic, like, oh, you're about to melt, if you're not careful. Typical of a volcano stage, right? Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out like the rest of the deposition with this, but so I like some of the foreground effects. You can kind of see the lava bubbling up front. I mean, I don't know how many people have actually seen lava in their lifetime, though. I mean, it's used so many times in video games, but you just never. I mean, it must be like a fascinating thing to kind of see, just because, you know. I mean, the only places that really see it are just places like Hawaii or the Dominican Islands or something, someplace with volcanic type things, but typically associated with like hellish kind of things. So. I don't know where all this lava came from, because it seemed like, you know, Aladdin takes place in the Middle East, so should be no sorts of volcano. I don't know. You can't question geography of that sort of shit, but it's kind of a fun fact, you know. I mean, last we checked, we were in a desert, so. Yeah, I mean. So Jafar keeps tripping up Aladdin, though. He's a little ass clown, you know, and you start to see some of this stuff. I mean, he gets him out of prison, and then he steals the lamp from him, but it's because of Abu that actually changes and stuff, so that's kind of the main thing. So he just gets ransacked left and right, kind of the situation, but I probably should have died there, but instead we beat the stage. So I mean, I would have done the stage over, but you know, this was the stage I practiced for. I made sure to practice for this one, so I figured it was going to piss me off the most next to the genie stages, but it's actually not that bad as long as you memorize the course. But I was under the impression that it was a lot longer, and it's really not. I mean, it kind of confides with you being able to memorize it, and then if you do, this is a cakewalk, as long as you can avoid the lava. The rocks are really not that much a problem. So... yeah, so... that was a breath of fresh air when I beat that the other day, though. I was just like, fuck yeah, fuck you, fuck this, fuck that. Lick a scrotum. You know? So. Alright, now it's time for the genie stages. We'll get to that next time. It's funny about the genie. He is such an ass clown, you know. He is so loud. I don't know. I mean, it's not like that's a bad thing, but it's just funny. I mean, he's actually louder than Aladdin. I think that's just because everyone liked Robin Williams and stuff. Who, some of you younger cats should probably know who he is. But, you know,